Hello friends, Satyendra here, and in this video, let's design this part in Creo Parametric. So let's get started. So here, first we will create this part and then we will recreate this drawing in Creo Parametric. So this is the complete drawing and this consists different type of drawing views, section views, and this is in first angle projection. So all these things we will take care while doing the drawing. Now this is the part, and if you see all around, it looks like this. So let's start the part. But before you start, you first read this drawing carefully, plan your steps, always go with all add material features first and then you go for remove material feature. Now this part is very simple, but it looks a little bit tricky. So you must practice these kind of parts to improve your modeling skills. Now let's start the part. And for that, first you go to New, Part, Solid, assign the name, uncheck Use Default Template and say OK. Now from here, you select the proper template. So I'll go with millimeter Newton second, part solid. This is a metric template and I'll say OK. Now to start this part, first I'll go with all add material features and then I'll go with remove material features. So first I will create the base feature and for that I'll go to extrude onto the top datum plane, normal, switch off the datums. Now here first I'll draw this outer profile and for this first add a center line somewhere here. Then go with a circle, just like this, mirror this circle, like this, then assign the dimension. Now from here till here, this is 200, this is radius 35. Now I'll add one arc from here till here, just like this. Now this is 200. Now this is 40. Draw one line from here, this side, mirror this line, just like this. Add one fillet, just like this. Now this is 35. And then this angle is 22. Go with delete segment and delete this segment and this segment. And your sketch is done. Now say OK. Now this depth, this is 60. Say OK. So this is my base feature and this is the only feature for add material features. So my add material feature is done. Now I'll go with remove material feature. So the next feature is this cut, and for that go to extrude onto the front datum plane, normal. Draw the center line first. Go for reference. Select this edge and this edge. Now draw the sketch. So start from here. Go like this, this and this. Similarly, here make it parallel, then this side, then from here this side. Now mirror the entire sketch, just like this. Now the dimension. So this is 32, this is also 32. And this is also 32. Then this angle is 40 degree and this is 66. Avoid adding these rounds. This will make your sketch complicated and it may create problem while modifying the part. So now your sketch is done. Now just say OK. Go for remove material, options, In both the sides, make it 2 next and say OK. Now you can go for round. So first I'll select this edge, hold the control key and this edge. Now this is 20 and say OK. One more round, which is this edge, hold the control key, select this edge and this edge. Now this is 30 and say OK. One more round. This time you select this edge, hold the control key and select this edge. Now this is 19 and say OK. So instead of adding round inside the sketch, I have added as external feature. So this will never fail. Now the next feature is this cutout, and for this go to extrude onto this face, normal. Now go for reference and select this edge as a reference. Then draw the circle. Draw the circle here. Go for center line. Draw a center line which is parallel with this reference. Now this is dia 50. Now draw one more circle somewhere here. Draw the line. Start from here. Go like this. This must be parallel with this. Now you go for tangent and make this line tangent with this. Mirror this line with this reference. Go for delete segment and delete this segment, this segment, this segment and this segment. Now this is radius 1.5 and from here till here this is 48. Now place a center line somewhere here. Then mirror this entire sketch with this reference and say OK. Flip the direction, go for remove material feature to next and say OK. Now you just switch on the center axis. So there is a center axis in this location and in this location, but we are not getting any center axis. So for this, go back to this feature and modify it. Now to get the center axis, place the datum center point to this location and to this location and say OK. Say OK. So now you are getting a center axis on this location and this location. Now the next feature is this cutout, and for this once again go to extrude. Now this time you create a flying datum. So select this face, drag it up and this value will be 16, half of 32. Say OK. Go back and now that datum plane is your sketching plane. Say normal. Now go to sketch setup and flip it. Say sketch. Now again place a center line somewhere here. Go for reference and select this edge and this edge. Now draw a circle just like this. Now add a center line somewhere here. Draw the line from here till here and from here till here and this side. One more circle. Just like this. Go for delete segment, remove these segments and this segment. Now this is radius 33. Once again, mirror this entire sketch with this reference and say OK. Make it symmetry, and this is 17. Say OK. Now the next feature is this one. So once again go to extrude, select this surface, normal, go to reference, select this reference. Now draw the circle from here, this side, and from here, this side. One more circle, just like this. Go to tangent and make this tangent with this. Add a center line somewhere here and mirror this circle. Now go for delete segment and delete these segments and these segments. Now the dimension. So this is radius 207 and this gap is 32. This will be dia 15. Delete this segment and this segment. Now say OK. Flip the direction and make it 2 next. Now the next feature, which is this one, and for this once again go to extrude onto this surface, normal. Go to reference, select this edge, then draw the sketch. Now draw like this, go like this, then normal, then close the sketch. Go to parallel and make this parallel with this. Now add the fillet to all 4 corners. Make it equal. Now this is 8, this is 52, now this gap from here till here, this is 15, and from here till here, this is 13. Then this is radius 6, then add a center line somewhere here and mirror this sketch and say OK. Flip the direction, remove material, 2 next and say OK. Now the next feature, which is this one, which is coming like this. And for this feature, I'll create using hole. So go to hole, select this surface. Now switch on all the datums. Now here I will create a flying datum, which is datum axis. I'll select this datum plane, hold the control key and select this datum plane. Say OK. Go back and the hole got placed. Now the dia of this hole is 43, which is this one. But to create this kind of hole, we need to go for sketch hole. So go to the sketch and then sketcher. Then first you place a vertical center line, just like this. Then draw the sketch. Dimension, so from here till here, this is dia 43. Then complete the rough sketch. Avoid this equal constraint. Now this is dia 24 and this is dia 50. Now this gap is 5 and from here till here this is 32. Then this is 11. Say OK. Now you are getting that hole. Now you are getting that hole, but there is a step forming here. So to avoid that, once again go back to Sketcher and increase this length. So for that, first you place one dimension here, make this reference dimension, and this you increase to 20. Say OK. Now you are getting the proper shape. Say OK. Now the next feature, which is this hole, and for this once again go to hole, select this face, now switch on the center axis, drag this handle to this face, this is 16, then this handle to this center axis, this is 33. Now the whole die is dia 8. Then change to standard to add the counter bore. Go to shape and here this is 14, this is 10, then this depth is given here 22 from this center till this end. So if you calculate the total value from here till this end, then this will be the radius of outer profile plus 22. So the radius is 35 plus 22, which is 57. Now you say OK. Go to mirror and select this datum plane. Say OK. Now we have two more holes. One is here and another one is here, which is in the bottom side. So for this, once again go to hole, and this time you select this face, switch on all the datums. Now drag this handle to this datum plane. This is 20. Then this gap is 40. Now the dia of hole is 10.5 given here. So make it 10.5. Once again go to standard, select counter bore, go to shape, and here this is 22 and this one is 28. Then the depth is through all and say OK. Once again go to mirror and select this datum plane. So the part is almost done. Now the only thing left is a couple of rounds. So go to the round. The radius is 2. Select this edge, hold the control key, select this edge, this edge, this edge, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Now there is a chamfer somewhere here, 2 into 45. So go to the chamfer, select this edge, change it to 45 into D, D is 2, say OK. And your part is done. Now let's add a couple of section views which is needed while creating the drawing. And for that, switch on all the datums, go to views, sections, select this datum plane, make it section A and say OK. Similarly, one more section. This time I will take this datum plane, I will move it up, this one you consider as 16, flip the direction, this I will take as section B and I will say OK. So this section will be helpful to create this section view. Now the next section, we should pass through this center point. So for that I will select this front datum plane, I will move it back, this value will be 20, make it section C and say OK. So this section will help me to create this section view. So the first part is over. Now the second part, which is the drawing creation. So let's see the drawing. So this is the complete drawing and this is in first angle of projection. So this is the base view and this view and this view. These two are the projection view. Now if you see this is the local section within the base view. This is the full section in the side view. If you see this is the detailed view taken from here. And if you see this is the detailed section view taken from here. Other than this, you have one isometric view and all the dimensions. So to create this drawing, first we will create all these drawing views. We will place the center lines and then we will add all the dimensions one by one. So let's create the drawing. And for that, first you go to New, select the drawing, make sure that this option is checked, use drawing model file name. So this will automatically take drawing name as your model name. Now say OK. Now from here you select the proper template and say OK. Now here first create all the drawing views. So go to general view, place the view, select the top, apply, OK. Now change your drawing scale to 0.75 if your size is B. Generate the projection view. Now this projection is not matching with your drawing because this drawing is in first angle of projection and this file is in third angle of projection. So first you change the angle of projection, and for this go to File, Prepare, Drawing Properties, change. Now here you just type projection type, enter. Now this is in third angle, change it to first angle, add change, apply, close. Now delete this projection. Once again select this view, projection, place the view. Select the view, projection, place the view. Then once again go for general view, OK, place the view. Now double click this view, go to view display, make it no hidden, none. Now go to detailed view, select any point here and then draw the spline all around this. Make sure that this doesn't cross each other, keep some gap and press the middle mouse button, place here. Now to fine tune this, just go to Sketch, Circle and draw one circle here. Move it as per your requirement. Then double click this view, click on Spline Defined, and once again you define the spline using this circle. Just use this circle as a guide path to draw the spline. Middle mouse button, apply and OK. Now you delete this circle. Now double click this view, go to Sections, 2D cross section plus section B, apply and OK. Now if you see your drawing, this section is the local section. So to add a local section in Creo Parametric, just double click this view, go to Section, B, by default it is full section, change it to local, then select a point here and draw the spline all around this. Don't cross each other, just press the middle mouse button, apply and OK. And this local section is created. Similarly, just double click this view, go to Sections, 2D cross section plus select section C, apply and OK. Now here also I will create a local section. So once again double click it, go to Sections, change it to local section, select any point here and then draw the spline. Apply and OK. Now once again go to Layout, Detailed View, select any point here and draw the spline. Now this time I am creating a detailed view for this local section. Place here. Now double click this view, go to scale, make custom scale and change it to 0.5. So all the drawing views are created. Now the center lines. So go to annotate, show model annotation, place datum, select the views. Select all, apply. Select this view, select this center line and this center line. Apply. Select this view, select this center line and this center line. Now double click this view, go to sections, 2D cross section, plus section A, apply and OK. Go to show model annotation, select this view, select this center line. This one you delete. Now this center line, just drag it outside. Same way, select this, drag it outside. This one, you drag it out and this portion you move it inside. Now one more time, show model annotation, place datum, select this view, select this axis, apply, cancel. Now once you have added all the section view, add the section line. So go to layout, arrows, select this view and this view. Once again select this view and this view. Then select this view and this view. And the section arrows are added. So all the drawing views, section views, center lines and section lines are added. Now the next thing is dimensions. So to add the dimension, go to annotate and here we have two different ways to add the dimension. We can use show model annotation to bring all the model driven dimension directly into the drawing, or we can use dimension to create the dimension. So if you use dimension, you can simply select 2 points and place the dimension, but this is a created dimension, you cannot modify it. But when you use show model annotation, you can bring model driven dimension directly to your drawing. These dimensions can be modified directly in the drawing. So in Creo Parametric, we prefer model driven dimension instead of created dimension. So I'll go to show model annotation, I'll select dimension and then I'll select this feature. So all the dimensions related to this feature is placed here. You just select all, apply, cancel. Similarly, you place all the dimensions one by one and at last we will clean it. So once again go to show model annotation, or you can directly go to the feature, just right click and use show model annotation. Now from here you select all, apply, cancel. Now this dimension I can simply select it and move it to this view. Once again I will go to this feature, right click, show model annotation. Select this dimension, apply, cancel. Similarly this feature, right click. Now here you have one more option to place the dimension, show dimension by view. So if you are very clear with the view, you can go with this option also and select the drawing views. Right click, show dimension by view and select the view. Now this feature, right click, show model annotation, select all, apply, cancel. Now here I will just move it inside. This one I will move it outside. I will select this option to flip the arrow. Now the next feature, so right click, show model annotation, select all, now this feature. Now this feature, so I am getting dimension in this view. So I am very clear that these dimensions should come in this view. So I will simply cancel it and then I will just right click and use show dimension by view and I will select this view. Move this dimension out, this dimension this side, this is this side, R6 and this 52 dimension. Simply click on this and move it to this view. Then this feature, so I will right click, show dimension by view and I will select this view. This is not required, this reference dimension is not needed, this 20 is also not needed. So here we need to add couple of created dimension. So go to the dimension, then select this line, hold the control key, select this and place the dimension here. Similarly, from here till here, this is 11, place here. Now the next feature, which is this one, right click, show model annotation. Select all, apply, cancel. Now this dimension, I'll simply delete it because I have already placed one dimension here. Now this side, so move this dimension somewhere here. Then dia 8, place here, then 14, place here. Flip arrow outside. Now the next feature, which is this one. Now for this particular feature, I know that this dimension must come in this view. So I'll cancel it and then I'll go for first option, show dimension by view, and I'll select this view. Now this dimension, I will move to this view. Now for this detailed view, I'll just reduce the scale. Instead of 1.5, I'll take it 1. Now this dimension 40, this is not needed. Instead of this, we need a dimension from here till here, just like this. Now the next feature, which is this one. So right click, show model annotation. Select the dimension, apply, cancel. Then this one. Now this dimension I need in this drawing view, so I'll cancel it and I'll go with the first option and I'll select this view. Now save the drawing. So all the dimensions are added. Now the cleaning part, and for this, go to edit, create snap line, offset view, offset object. I'll select offset view. I'll select this line, enter the distance 0.35, enter, number of lines, I will take 3 lines, enter, and increment also I'll consider 0.35, enter. So I got these snap lines. select this line, enter, 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 enter. Same way for this, enter, 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 enter. This, enter, 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 enter. So similarly, you add wherever needed. Now use these snap lines to clean the dimension. So just move the dimension near to that. It will snap with snap line. It will maintain the equal gap. Now this dimension 57, this is not needed. So if you see the drawing, they have given this 22 instead of 57. So I'll just delete this dimension and I'll create a dimension. From here, go for intersection, hold the control key, select this line and place the dimension. So clean all the dimensions one by one. Delete all unwanted snap lines. Now at last go to layout, display and switch off the snap lines and your drawing is done. Now save the drawing. Now to convert this drawing into PDF, go to File, Save As, Export, and here you select the PDF, go to Setting, Monochrome, Content, use True Type fonts, OK, Export, OK. And this is the drawing you got. Now still you can do some fine tuning to improve your work. So this was the second part, the drawing in Creo Parametric, and I hope this video will be helpful. Now you can like this video if you find this video helpful, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.